Best scene of Hayride. Exterior, cherry tree, same time. Lexi stands with a group of girlfriends talking underneath the tree as Tommy is seen approaching. When one of the friends see him, she nudges another friend, who turns around. They instantly stop talking, look to Lexi with a "what's up" look.
What?
Lexi turns and sees Tommy approaching. She turns to her friends, looking pissed off, disappointed in them.
It's Tommy. What's with you guys?
You're kissing the freaks, Lexi.
Jesus, stop.
They all stop talking when Tommy reaches them. The girls turn to Lexi and say bye and walk away.
Guess I offend your perfect, pretty, and stuck-up friends?
He calls out to them as they walk away.
I don't have rabies!
They look caught off guard, laugh nervously, and disappear.
Nice.
He looks at Lexi incredulously. She doesn't know how to respond.
Really, Lex? Really?
Tommy, please.
Please what? They just acted like I'm a walking plague and you say nothing?
I'm sorry for you thinking they acted a certain way.
Thinking they did? Wow.
He stares at Lexi.
This isn't starting out the way I hoped it would.
They stand. She looks away.
Walk me home?
How about we just stay here and talk?
Lexi looks hurt by this, but nods.
So, why are we meeting? You said earlier you miss me.
I do. A lot.
Well, I didn't move away. I didn't die. Why do you miss me now?
I want to know why you've avoided me since the beginning of the year.
Come on, Lexi. You aren't stupid and I never took you for being naive. You know why.
Andy?
Tommy just stares at her.
He's not a bad guy, Tommy.
Tommy laughs sarcastically.
He's not.
He's a rich, pretty, pampered, narcissistic neo-Nazi, Lexi.
Come on, Tommy. No, he's not.
Really? He has a gang of douchebags who thinks he walks on water because he pays them in ways they never imagined. He and his thugs bully the kids in the lower tax bracket just for the fun of it, and it's gotten worse since Mind Trump took office because hate is a free-for-all now.
Lexi looks away after a stare gets to her.
You don't know him like I do.
No, Lex, you don't know him at all. Or worse, you so wanted to not be one of the bullied that you learned to look the other way, make excuses for him.
This gets Lexi to look at him with daggers in her eyes.
Struck a nerve? A year ago, you weren't in his inner circle of pretty people. Seemingly overnight, your tits grow 2 cups bigger, and you become a cheerleader and king quarterback notices. Asks you out, and voila! You're Molly Ringwald in Pretty in Pink. At least his name isn't Blaine.
Lexi almost bursts into tears, but controls herself.
You nasty little asshole. That's what you think of me?
Worse, it's what you think of you. After years of being on the outs here, you suddenly become socially accepted, and in the process you dump your old life and old friends aside.
A tear finally falls from Lexi's right eye and travels down her cheek.
Sorry if this isn't what you thought it would be, Lex. And I'm sorry if my words are hurting you, but you asked the question, brought it on yourself.
Lexi tries to compose herself.
I'm truly sorry if you think I've changed and abandoned you. But people do change, Tommy. I wasn't happy with who I was.
Really? Because I never remember you telling me, all the times we hung out having fun, that you weren't happy. Maybe you weren't happy deep down because it was with me and the other outcasts who have always been on the outs here at this fucking jail they call a high school.
Please stop.
Maybe you always thought you were better than me, us. I've been holding this in since January, and you walked into it.
Fuck you, Tommy. I never thought I was better than anyone, and you more than anyone knows that.
Lexi cries harder, starts walking away from underneath the tree, but Tommy follows.
We've been friends since I moved here in 3rd grade. I've always loved you. I finally told you how I felt at Christmas when I saw that ass start making eyes at you. But you told me you didn't think of me that way.
She stops walking, facing away, closes her eyes.
Do you remember what you told me? Do you?
Other kids walking out of school stop to watch what's going on.
You told me I was kind and sweet and funny and any girl would be lucky to be with me.
Slight chuckling can be heard from the bystanders. Tommy doesn't notice them, as his eyes fill up with tears.
But I still wasn't good enough for you. You turned me down and a fucking week later you start seeing Trump Jr.
Tommy wipes the tears away from his face with his sleeve, angry, hurt.
According to you, he's everything I'm not. He's not kind, Lex. He bullies. He's not sweet, Lex. He's evil. Do you know what he had his friends do to John Lawrence's mom's car and house Saturday night after the game?
Lexi finally turns to face Tommy, eyes looking confused, but Tommy doesn't allow her a chance to speak.
And he's not funny like me, Lex. You know what he thinks is funny? Slashing car tires and egging the home of a loner outcast he blames for his injury.
Lexi's eyes flutter as she tries to take this all in.
Thank God I'm not Andy. But if that's what it takes to get to be with you, Lex, sign me up, starting now. You want Andy type, do you?
Lexi starts backing away from him, scared, upset.
You're a socially awkward little girl with identity and self-esteem issues who latched onto the star QB to be popular, fit in. You're not that funny, smart, or even pretty. You probably do whatever Andy wants you to do in bed just so you won't lose him. He come in your face yet? Share you with Ricky and the 3 other dweebs yet for a gangbang, Lexi?
Lexi's face is a combination of hurt and anger. Others can be heard laughing.
How's my Andy personality? Can I fuck you now?
Their eyes lock. Tommy can see he has deeply hurt her, and shame briefly comes across his eyes, his body expression. Lexi shakes her head, tears streaming down her face. A few in the crowd start cheering for Tommy, while others jeer him. This breaks off their glance.
Fuck you.
Lexi quickly runs away. As Tommy watches her disappear, his whole demeanor has changed. What has he done to her? His head lowers, eyes close.
Fuck.